Previously on Adventures in Questing.
You actually can see off in the distance a forest, and way down below you can see that little town that you can only assume is the town of Threshold. Preceding the gate are large 6-foot-tall spikes, and shoved onto those spikes are 6 humanoid-looking figures. These appear to be dryads. A few weeks back, there was an accident in the mill. We actually saw dryads fleeing the scene. We have a holy tree in the forest. It's a totem to our god of the forest, Glenvalid. There is one figure in the very corner of the room. It's a wood elf, cloaked in a lot of shadow. Kabatha, I know a great many things. I do not share them with strangers. What are y'all doing in my town? Who was that?
That was the sheriff. I don't know, I think Doc's onto something. I think the holy tree has something to do with it.
Let's go to the tree. And a little wasp lands on. Very, very briefly, there is a woman. Her skin is kind of chalky white, almost like an aspen tree. She just kind of raises up a little hand, like she sees you, and you blink, and she is right here, inches from your face. She's in here with us. Doc, what do you do immediately upon hearing that? Do you just go back to, you're just like, ugh, and go to sleep, or what do you think you do?
So she's gone. She's disappeared.
Yeah, so you blinked, she was right in front of you. She said those words. You blinked again, and there was nothing but like a faint breeze in the room and some green aspen tree leaves that were loosely blowing in the wind, but she was not there, and she was nowhere to be seen.
I pick up one of the leaves.
Okay.
And I examine it.
Okay, make an investigation check.
That is a 5 plus.
Oh boy, Caitlin.
2, 7.
7? Yeah, looks like a leaf.
I'm gonna trace the leaf in my journal.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it as a, what are those things called?
Bookmark?
So I'm just gonna go back to sleep.
Okay, you go to sleep. You guys all get your long rest in and wake up the next morning. You all collectively come downstairs. You guys maybe still don't realize the very weird arrangement of sleeping areas where somehow Doxy ended up with a room all to herself while everyone else is sharing. Nobody really thought about it. You guys all come down. Even though it is morning, there is just kind of a gloom that hangs over the town. It's springtime. It should be quite bright and sunny. It's not. It's kind of gray. It's still bright out. You can see, but there's not even like a cloud in the sky. It just feels gray and kind of like heavy everywhere you go. You guys all come downstairs, and you can see the bartender there, just kind of opening up. He is serving some breakfast to some of the families of farmers who are already down here. You get the sense that they wake up probably like crack of dawn just by instinct, and he's giving them all meals. What do you guys want to do today?
Layla would like to go to the, I think she's just gonna, is there someone working?
Yeah, there's the bartender.
I think she's just gonna like walk into the bar and just like start looking for milk.
Okay, you hear please don't, and this human bartender kind of comes around the corner. Oh, little girl, can I get you something?
Milk.
Okay, I'll get it. Why don't you go wait for it, and I'll get it for you.
Okay.
Awkwardly pats you on the back and you kind of like leads you out of the bar, and very quickly pulls out a jug of milk and a glass. Now, do you like? I hate to ask.
She just like grabs the jug and just starts drinking it.
He kind of
also she's gonna cast prestidigitation
to make it taste like
huckleberries.
Okay. Yeah. He kind of looks at you and kind of looks over at you guys. Is someone going to be paying for that jug of milk?
Yeah.
Doxy points at Raiden.
Raiden for sure would walk up and be like, hey, yeah, sorry. How much for that?
Just 5 coppers, please.
He's just gonna give a gold piece.
Sir, you're being very generous. This is. Thank you, sir.
You got it.
Can I get any of you anything? Any sort of breakfast?
Do you have eggs?
Of course, yes.
I would like some eggs.
You would like some eggs? Okay. I'll go prepare you some eggs. Anything for you, miss, or you too?
Eggs.
Coffee, black.
Coffee, and you?
I think I'm gonna pass for now. I'll let you know if anything hits my eye.
Yeah, I'll take a coffee too.
Yes, little girl?
Oh no, this is Tristan.
Oh, yes, little girl?
This is Tristan.
How big is this jug of milk?
Like that, like a foot tall, like a jug of milk. It's like a jug of milk.
Like a liter of milk?
It's like a liter of milk.
Okay.
I'm sorry, where are we from? Huh? We're in America.
It's a liter of milk.
Like a half gallon?
No, like when you go and get a bottle of soda and you get a liter of soda or a 2-liter bottle of soda. It's like it's a liter of milk. We use liters in America.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Soda.
And milk.
half gallons and gallons.
No.
It doesn't matter in this world.
point
It's
is-
a liter.
All right.
I think once she starts drinking, she just like when the whole like money exchange, she
just
just drinking. She does not
chugs it.
stop, but just drinks this milk.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw, my dude.
Okay, I will. Unnatural 20.
Damn. Yep. Everyone's like, maybe. Oh my god. She just like,
She's getting stronger.
she's growing stronger every day.
Stronger bones.
Does she burp after?
Absolutely. Can I roll to see how good my burp is?
Yeah, just roll a d20.
12.
12. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Thor
Cool.
gives you an approving nod.
Raiden's gonna give you a high five.
It's gonna hit your hand as hard as you possibly can.
The bartender comes out with your eggs and your coffee and your nothing, and gives you all a nod and goes over to tend to one of the other families.
So, did anybody see weird trees?
What?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, what?
I do not understand.
So, they're called dryads. You know the things that we saw dead?
Oh, right, but those aren't
Right.
like trees. Those are like
Well, no.
creatures.
You know.
Did you see some alive?
Yeah.
Oh, where?
Last night?
Mm-hmm.
Like from your window? Or did
Yeah.
you go somewhere?
No, I just stayed in my very spacious room.
Wait, did you have a room all to yourself?
You
No.
guys did not know?
No?
What?
I mean, we've been sleeping like this for like a few. Wait, no, we just got here now.
Alright, well, dibs on the next solo room.
No, I think I'm the biggest, so and I need my space for like my journals and reports.
Right.
So back to
Very-
the
How many
tree.
rooms do you have?
Oh, you know, this bag. She pulls out like a
Big old bag. It's got like scrolls and books like literally like sticking out like they can't all fit.
How big is this bag?
Pretty big. Like I would assume it's probably.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
like a-
big bag. I can't. I'm so used to showing size with my hands. It's an audio medium. It's a big D bag.
Yeah, it's like a
Like an IKEA
like a
tote?
human.
It's like
human
it's like a grocery bag, but made out of sturdier material. No.
duffel
Garbage
bag.
A
bag?
human
Okay.
duffel bag.
Like a grocery bag, like
So
one of
you,
those
like, put it down on
reusable
the
grocery
table?
bags that you get. That's quite large.
No, I just kind of show it.
But it's got a strap.
Okay.
I just kind of show it, people, and then I put it away. So, anyways, this tree person, Dryad, she came up to my window and said she's in here with us.
Can Thor look around to see, like, is there anyone near us who's listening to what we're saying?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Can I look around for bees?
Yeah, you want to look around for bees?
Yeah.
Or wasps.
Oh, wasps. Yeah.
16.
Roll a perception check, Raiden.
Okay.
Looking around, no one seems to be paying you any mind. The families and the bartender are kind of not a very full tavern right now, and the families are quite busy being kind of glum.
So one of these came up to your room and it spoke to you.
Yeah, she was in my room.
So,
So-
you were not alone
No, I had the tree person.
all night?
Yeah? Oh, no. No.
Hell
Just
yeah.
for
Raiden.
Raiden, not the type. Not the type.
Sorry. I got a 12 on my perception.
Okay, you don't see any wasps.
Okay, do I see any bees?
No.
Bees? Yeah, she was just in my room, and then she said that, and then she disappeared.
Like vanished.
Yeah, there were leaves. Pulls out the leaf.
Yeah. To all of your eyes, it looks like the leaf off an aspen tree.
Were there aspen trees outside?
You can go look, I guess, if you want.
I couldn't tell last night in the dark.
I'll go look.
Okay,
I'll
you,
come with you.
I'll go with Pim.
Pim, you go and walk outside, and you
Yeah,
kind of
I can
look
do
around
that.
the corner. There's a bunch of like quickie aspens that kind of are mingled in with the taller other trees that make up this forest line. This forest is not like exclusively aspen trees, but
What is an aspen tree?
Well, let's go see if there are any outside. I walk outside with Layla.
you walk out and you see Pim and Raiden, and you
Hello.
can see some aspen trees.
It's that.
That is a tree.
Yeah, I'm coming
Right.
outside too.
Okay.
Am I just the only one at the
You're like, this is why I always have the room all by myself. It's because everyone else just does stuff, and I'm like, cool, I guess I'll do this.
I put my head back inside. Doc, you should come out. You were the one that saw it, so.
But we haven't even finished our breakfast.
Oh, I finished mine, but I guess I just got coffee.
I would like to finish them.
All right, let's go back
I
inside.
don't understand. So the tree's name is aspen,
It's the sort of tree that it is.
and all trees just trees.
No. Look,
They're-
don't you see they look different?
They do look different, Layla. Like, some of them are very tall and thin, and with like chalky white bark and black markings and green leaves. Some of them are really tall with like pine needles. Some of them are taller with kind of darker green leaves that aren't the same shape.
So every tree has a name.
I suppose.
depending on the type.
Has she never seen a tree before? What is her...
I've seen trees before, but they are trees.
Yeah.
How old are you?
11, I think.
It's complicated. Anyway, so the plan for today was to go check out that elder tree or whatever.
Yeah,
Sorry, but are we
right.
just ignoring that there's a lady here, apparently?
Well, what I'm saying is that
Well,
maybe we can go
tree
there and
lady.
maybe find out
Well,
more
is that
about
who's
this
here?
person.
But the
Who's here?
Oh, we're talking about like what she said.
That she's here
in
with
here
us.
with us.
Yeah, like who is that?
Is it a person in the inn, or is it somebody invisible?
In
I
here.
mean, if she was standing outside of your window and then she came up to you and said that she was in here, I feel like she's in here.
Like in here, and does that mean the us is like us?
What?
Like us or them?
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
right. Did she,
No.
us dryads or us two people in the room?
Yeah.
I think she. Sorry, I'm just looking at Pim's face.
What was Pim's face?
Tim's visibly confused.
I think what she meant by it is that the tree person and me. Fuck character voice. The tree person and me, that there's somebody else in the room besides us. But I didn't investigate any further because I
But
fell
she
asleep.
was outside your window and then she came in, so she knew that whoever she is was there already, right? And so,
But I
you didn't see anything?
I didn't see anyone.
Should we go look?
Maybe we should.
Yeah, should we go check out your room?
I don't know if she'll still be
Sure.
there.
Layla's
like-
just gonna start running up the
Lose some
stairs.
floorboards or something. I'm gonna chase after.
I'll follow.
You guys are going to the room that she
Doc's
had?
room.
Yeah.
Hey Doc, are you gonna come with us this time or are you gonna just chill?
But
You
my
can bring your eggs.
Okay. do you want to bring your eggs? I keep on doing the British
Has
accent.
eggs in mouth. Yeah.
I did.
You guys go upstairs and walk over to the doc's room and open it up, and it's just like your room, big bed,
It's
like a
very
dresser.
spacious. This is nice.
It's not
Is
that
what?
spacious.
Well, with one person in it.
No, with one person, it's, when you're all in there, it's like, this is not
Yeah.
spacious. In fact, it's crowded.
Sora's gonna go to the window and look out and ask Doc. So you saw them out the window first?
So
From
she was
where?
out in the distance.
Yeah, she was standing, like, just past the tree line. Like, you could see her through the trees.
So she was standing right past where the trees are, and then when I blinked, practically, she was right in front of me.
Oh god.
I
But I
think-
think she's our friend. I feel like I could not trust her, but I feel like she needed help.
Like she was coming to you for help.
Yes.
I don't know, something about just appearing right up next to someone's face is a little aggressive to me.
But what if that was her only, like, it was her only chance?
And like, why us though?
I don't know.
Should we search the room?
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's
What?
the plan?
What does the room look like?
It's not huge. It's got a bed in it. It's got a nightstand, and it's got like a dresser with a mirror
Okay.
and a single window that looks out onto the tree line.
I think while that conversation is happening, I think Layla's just been like pulling the drawers out of the dresser and like
Okay.
looking.
Yeah, they're completely empty. Yeah, you kind of pull through them. They're completely empty. There's nothing in there.
She's gonna like pull the drawer like out of the dresser.
Like
look
completely
in-
out?
To, like look
Yeah,
inside.
you kind of look around, and there's like you see like a single like tiny little spider. Like,
She's gonna smash it.
oh, you do. It's dead now. You killed the spider.
There doesn't seem to be anyone else in here.
Does she mean the tap?
Or maybe the forest.
What did she say again?
She's in here with us.
I mean, I think the best plan of action at this moment, with the information that we have, is probably just to go check out that tree.
But
think we need
the
to go
tree's
check out
in
the
the
tree.
forest, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're planning on going in there anyway, right?
Right, but no one's come back out. I just think maybe we should talk to that priest.
All right,
before we
let's.
go in.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go to the priest.
Son of a bitch.
Little wasp lands on the windowsill.
Is
Uh,
this?
I'm gonna cast
I don't know the one.
enlarge on this wasp,
Okay,
so I
you
can follow it around.
cast enlarge on this wasp,
Oh dear.
and its size goes up by 1. Do you have the spell on you?
Yeah, by one.
Okay. What size is a regular wasp?
Very
It's
small.
tiny.
This big.
It's tiny. You you cast your spell. This spell is one that just kind of comes to
Yeah.
you since whatever happened. You guys hear like a very distant like thunderclap very briefly,
Ooh.
and then the wasp kind of like. And just starts to like swell up until it's roughly like the size of like a Rottweiler,
Oh!
and it is just
Oh.
perching.
Like it.
And
Just-
Why did you do
Just
that?
treat it like a normal wasp. We're gonna follow it around to see where they're coming from.
It kind of like it kind of turns its head over to Pim, and you see these predatory kind of mandibles kind of like
Oh, I'm
and start to
pulling my
like
sword out.
slobber a little bit. Everybody roll for initiative.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
Sometimes conflict happens when I'm not planning it to.
Da-da-da.
Da-da-da! Fighting a wasp!
I just wanted to see where it came from.
And you turned it gigantic.
I
thought it was gonna go from,
the size
like-
of a football.
I thought it was gonna go like wasp to like mouse.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be like a
No, it's just the
Rottweiler.
type of size goes up, so it goes from tiny. It would go to tiny to small, so it's like the size of a dog right now.
Oh boy.
The room is 20 by 30 feet.
ASMR for you.
The room is 20 by 30 feet. Oh man, it is crowded in this tiny little room. Let me get the stats for a giant wasp pulled up real quick. Thora, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rage for
Okay.
this wasp. Because I can only do it once. Oh no, I can do it twice. I'm gonna rage as a bonus action.
Okay.
Wait, no, that seems, it's a wasp.
It's
I'm
up
not
to you.
gonna rage.
How much do you hate wasps?
I'm like, fine.
Oh wait.
Like it's a
Hold on. Wait 1 second. I can just stop concentrating. It's a concentration.
Is it concentration?
Yep.
Great. I'm glad we did this.
Oh my god. So we all.
So you're
all
like, here, I
pulled
got
out
this.
weapons.
No, and everyone's like, no, put it back, and it just shrinks back to its regular wasp size. Great.
I do imagine that we all whipped out our weapons though.
Everyone's like, so you freak out, everyone draws their weapons, and you're just like, oh, and you just clap your hands back together, and the wasp just zip back to a regular wasp size.
Does it still go for him?
It was like, it like stops after it like goes for Pim as it's shrinking again, stops like an inch from your face.
Layla's gonna shoot a firebolt at it.
Oh, okay, make an attack roll.
She's gonna fail.
Oh.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh no!
Okay, you.
I mean, I
at
don't
the
know
wasp, it
anything.
shoots past the wasp. You call kind of dive out of the way. It hits the bed. The bed goes up in flames.
I take out my water
I'm so
skin
sorry.
and I start pouring water on
You're like,
it.
oh no! It's the
No,
entire
no,
and
no.
the straw that's in the mattress starts to catch on fire as
Does
well.
anybody else have like water?
I'm gonna run down and try to get like a bucket of water
Wait,
from the
Layla's going home.
from the bartender.
Layla's gonna cast prestidigitation to put out the fire.
Read prestidigitation to me because this is a
You
big.
you
fire.
instantaneously light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
No, this is bigger than a campfire, dude. It's like a queen-size bed just went up in flames.
Oh,
Okay. Are there sheets on it? Like, is there a
Yeah, but
like
they're
a
on
bed?
fire.
Oh.
Magic
she's gonna
people,
use
can you do anything about this?
Prestidigitation to shoot puffs of wind at it to try and get it to like.
Oh,
Yeah, so you start shooting puffs of wind, and it starts spreading to. It doesn't spread, but you see it starting to
Liddy,
lick.
Liddy, can you do something?
Lick on the
Wait,
thing.
cold! I have a breath!
do it!
I'm
Okay.
gonna breathe cold at it!
Okay, Doc kind of pushes him to the side, and just kind of, and just breathes a beam of cold all over the bed, dousing the fire, but effectively freezing the bed solid. And you all just kind of stand around.
Well, there goes my one room.
Alright, we can't tell them
I am
this
so sorry.
happened.
Layla, it's okay, but let's try not to shoot fire things at things anymore.
Or maybe just not indoors.
What do I do if we fight?
Well, if we're fighting a bad guy outside, that's totally cool, but it was just a bug.
I can only use fire outside.
Well,
I would say yes.
Layla, I'm gonna say mostly yes, and I will tell you if something comes up where you can use it. But something like that is just a small little bug.
Where is it?
Oh, it's gone. It flew somewhere away in the confusion of everything that just happened.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe try it with your hands next time. It'll be more of a challenge. Just your hands, no fire.
I did that yesterday.
We'll try it again.
It worked yesterday, too.
Effective.
Do we know if
It's also a little chilly now in this room.
I'm fine. Do we know if this tavern has an attic?
Oh, I don't know. We could try to
For
find
what?
out.
Maybe there's a
Like, there's
beehive
stuff
in
there?
there.
Well,
Or a
what
wasp
are,
hive.
what are these wasps?
Shut up.
It's like,
It's like a bedpost.
No, there's not.
Then Layla's
It's
gonna
just like
climb
a
on
frame.
top of the dresser
Okay.
and take her quarterstaff and just start like.
Oh,
poking
hey,
the ceiling.
Layla.
It's hitting the ceiling.
Does it sound hollow?
Alright, I
No.
think we should maybe just keep it down a little. That we just got here and we don't want them to just kick us out. They have a lot of information.
You're very destructive.
You hear a knock.
Open the window.
don't come in!
Is everything okay?
Don't come in! I am not wearing clothes.
We're all naked.
We're having an orgy.
All of our clothes are very much on.
Please go away. Leave. Yes.
Roll a persuasion check, Doc.
I'm helping.
Yeah, with advantage. No, with this. Well, no, just one roll because Layla's immediately followed it with no. All of our clothes are on.
So that is a 14.
14. There's like a moment of silence. Okay.
Could you bring more milk?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Leave it at the door.
Okay.
You realize we just said we're naked and there's a child in here.
Oh.
I bet it's fine. They won't.
But we are not naked.
We're not.
Yeah, you're right. We
Yeah,
should
see, it's not
leave.
bad. It's not bad at all, because we're all
You
clothed.
hear the footsteps
we're
of whoever that was leave.
You're not making the best impression in this inn.
You know,
Really not.
I usually don't make the best impression.
It's a good thing we've been paying them well. At least I have been. Anyway,
Good for you. I don't
nice
have
of
any
you.
money.
how did you pay for your coffee?
I think you paid for it.
Yeah, I think you paid for all of our
Oh, I did?
breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you gave
Thanks.
you gave the dude a gold.
Yeah, I sure did.
I've just been like kind of.
Maybe
You've
you'll
essentially
get
been giving
money.
them like a black credit card, like no, whatever for these guys. I don't care.
Yeah, so I've been.
Yeah, like one of the black
writing-
cards. Have you ever seen those? That like they mean like that it's pretty intense. Have you ever heard that?
My credit card's black. It's got Darth Vader on it.
Well, you're right. That's the same thing.
Yep.
So you guys are just sitting in this room,
So it
a little
doesn't
chilly
look
from
like.
the cold emanating from the frozen solid bed.
So it doesn't look like there's anyone in here, and we almost burned the inn down. So
I want to go
next?
talk to the priest.
I think
Does
that's
anyone
what we
come?
should do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going with you.
Is there like a do not disturb sign
Yeah.
that we're gonna put on the door?
Okay, you hang the do not disturb sign on the door.
We'll
Just
fix
like-
this later.
You do that thing where like you don't want anyone to see what's going on in the room, so you like open it and like squeeze through like the bare minimum of the door and then and hang the sign.
Oh boy.
But we're all
you,
doing that.
you start to go walk down the stairs and you run into that bartender who's got a tray with a little jug of milk. Oh, are you?
Thank you. Just grab the.
all that stuff about the orgy, that was a joke.
What?
Pretty funny, huh?
I'm gonna keep walking you with.
We'll see you later.
Oh. You just push past him and leave.
Layla's gonna chug this milk too.
Okay, roll a Constitution saving throw, my dude.
Nat 20.
Damn, Jesus. The girl can
Wow.
hold her
Does
milk.
she burp again?
Yes, nat 20.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Thor's
Just like, and it's like,
Does any flame come out of its burp?
no, but it's warm. You guys walk outside. You're like, oh yeah, it's warm outside. It was just cold because of the fiasco that just happened in the room.
We have made no progress.
Where would you guys like to go?
To the priest.
We
All right.
we passed her little thing last night. Right, the round building. Over there. I point toward where the round building
Yeah,
is.
you look back, you passed it. It's like a series of stones that have been stacked on top of each other, forming like a round little area with an open roof. You start walking towards it. As you kind of peek in, it's not very big. It's like 20 feet by 20 feet. The wall goes up about another 20 before stopping, just kind of letting in the natural air. There's plants that are kind of coming through the cracks in the stone floor. There's like moss kind of growing all over the walls. On the other side, opposite the entrance, is a painting on the stone that depicts just a forest, like a forest line, kind of shrouded in shadow. And there's kind of this cool contrast where the trunks of each tree are like jet black, and there's kind of the white negative space between each tree. But in the center of this entire mural, the white negative space is in the form of like a human, like some sort of humanoid male, with his arms kind of spread across like that. So like if you were just like looking briefly, you probably wouldn't even notice him. It's like upon looking deeper into the mural that you see that there's like a man there that's clearly connected to this forest and is a part of its like negative space.
Would you say that we see like a little silhouette of a man?
Man, Scaramouche. There's a bunch of candles also that are kind of laid at the feet of this mural. And there is just a hunched over figure kind of kneeling at the foot of the mural, kind of just like, kind of murmuring to themselves, draped in like a long kind of dark cloak with the hood up. And you can hear like the jingling of like some sort of jewelry or something as it kind of sways back and forth.
Sifo Dola.
This figure kind of swirls around. You see this probably at some point was human woman. She like it's hard. She's so fucking old and decrepit that you're like, what are you? She's like covered in wrinkles. Like there's like very heavy like bags on her eyes to the point where you can barely like see the irises and the pupils. She has like stringy blackish gray hair, dressed in like a rough spun tunic. She has a bunch of like bracelets that are just kind of jingle jangling all along her forearm, kind of sliding with every movement that she makes. She's got kind of longer nails and this very like kindly smile, but she's kind of draped in this kind of darker cloak. It's very dirty. She looks very dirty and grimy, and she just kind of swirls around.
Are you Sifo Dola?
She just kind of nods very slowly.
We're here to talk to you.
So talk.
So we're thinking about going into the woods.
Why?
Well, we want to find that the great tree or the
Holy tree.
Holy tree!
That's the one. Yeah, that. Yeah.
Glen Valen!
That's the one.
Is he the person in the mural?
He's the god of the forest. He's not that person in the mural.
Who is that person in the mural?
Glen Valen!
What's happening in the forest?
Oh, the forest is cursed. People stop worshipping. Glen Valen is a being of raw nature. Is punishing those who forgot to lay tribute to him at the holy tree in the forest.
And did people just stop worshipping him recently, or
People fall out of faith all the time.
so why now? Why is this just now happening?
Because it's a lot of them. Also, gods are fickle. He wants tribute.
So if we were to go give tribute at this tree, then the curse would be lifted?
I believe so. But you must be pure of heart. Give a tribute that means something to both you and the god of the forest. I don't know any of you. Why do you want to stop the curse of the forest?
Because we're getting paid to do it, but
Oh, that's not great.
I mean, we like helping people.
All right, that's better.
I like helping.
I have a question for you. Why haven't you gone in and given tribute?
She just gestures to her incredibly frail body. I'd trip on a root.
What if we take you to the tree?
Like carry me?
Yeah?
Like on your back?
We have
Yeah.
a carriage and a horse.
We are very strong.
We're probably not going to
A
take.
cart can't navigate through that forest. It's too dense.
Would you be able to lead us there if we took you?
There's a trail. There's like a holy trail.
Okay.
She kind of points out the door to this very obvious trail that snakes past it and into the forest.
Is it golden brick?
There are lots of.
It's not golden. If it was golden brick, do you think we'd still be using a lumber mill?
Oh, all your life?
Oh boy.
I'm just wondering if all that has to be done is somebody go in and leave something at the tree for Glen Valen. Why hasn't anyone done it?
Because people are afraid of being eaten by the monsters in the forest.
Well, everyone that goes in there doesn't come out, so that seems like a pretty reasonable fear.
Right, so what are you asking?
Why hasn't anyone stopped this yet?
Because they're afraid. You're answering your own question.
So they go in there. No, people who go in there to give tribute, they don't
I've
come
been
back
telling
out.
people to go in. Very few do it because they're so afraid.
I think we can
I am
do
not
it.
afraid.
What if we bring her?
Oh,
Because she's pure of heart, maybe. Do you know anything about
Be like,
wasps?
Hell yeah.
what?
Wasps? Have you seen more wasps? Wasps?
Yeah.
Wasps?
Yeah, what do you know about wasps?
Wasps!
What do I know about wasps?
Besides basic facts about them. More.
Oh god.
Never mind. All right. Are you coming with us or not to this tree?
Wait, am I saying wasps? Yes, what?
You're not saying wasps, actually.
I suppose I could guide you to the tree.
Or is she going to get hurt out there?
But
She might.
She's fine.
I'm very frail.
I think we should let her stay.
We'll protect her.
Don't we all
She
have
has
very
a
pure
job.
hearts?
I'm just sorry, real quick. Why do we need to bring her?
Because she's pure of heart.
Do you want me here for this
Praying.
conversation?
I could stay.
Okay. She just kind of turns back to
you
the mural
have
and is like, keeps making weird sounds at the mural.
The thing is, she's a worshipper of this Glendale person.
Glendale? It's not a community college. Glen
Glen Valen.
She goes back to the mural.
So she's a worshipper.
Do you need to take a second?
How's it going?
Sister of wasp.
She's a Worcester.
Worshipper. She's a worshipper.
Oh my
She's
god.
a worshipper of Glen Valen. And she could do the tribute. That's what I'm saying.
Why can't one of us do it again?
You're supposed
We're
to
not.
be good.
And pure of heart, which we're all doing this
I think
for
we are all
money.
very good.
These two, the little ones, I think they might be alright, but
Little.
Did you say
sorry.
that in character?
No.
That's just Jaden.
That was Jaden, not Raiden.
Sorry, actually, all three of you little ones.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say that I'm like the. I don't know if we're good, but
I think I am very good.
If this is the way that we get the job done, I think it's a good way to do it.
Bringing her?
I mean, just like going and giving tribute. I mean, it's not violent. I mean, unless we get
oh yeah,
attacked
I
in there.
think we should do the tribute. I don't know. She shouldn't go if she's unwilling.
Oh, I'm willing. I'm just very frail.
She's very frail.
Don't
guys.
worry, I will
we can-
protect you.
Yeah, Lilafo got you.
You're a child.
She's pretty badass.
You're the
though.
I'm your size.
But can you do this? Is there a way? Can I like just produce flames on my hands?
Yeah, it's produce flame.
Cool. Yeah.
They. Ah! Oh, that's pretty rad.
Thank you.
Anyway, what's the sitch? What are we doing?
I think we'll just go.
Oh,
With her?
oh.
Bring her?
I think we should bring her.
I think we should bring her. Because, I mean, she's.
How do we know this isn't some sort of trap?
Look, if something happens and we start getting attacked, I can't promise I can protect her if I'm trying to kill the thing.
I mean, all of us can.
True, but what if she's in league with whatever's happening in the forest? We don't know.
All the more reason to leave her.
Can you produce.
Do you need me here for this? Are you?
I'm sorry, do you want us to go outside every time we're trying to talk to each other?
No,
Can we
but you're
stay
just
in here and
criticizing
talk?
my character in my temple, which seems quite rude.
You're the one that. All right, what? All right, are we good to go? We'll just leave her.
I'm just saying I'm right. Oh, wait.
Sifo,
Yeah, Mother Dola.
Mother Dola, yeah. Do you know what Glenvalen likes? What kind of stuff?
Like, what are his interests?
Yeah, like for a tribute, what should we bring?
Like Valentine's
Does he like
Day
gold?
cards?
He's kind of fickle. It's something that is meaningful for you to sacrifice. That he would recognize as something that is meaningful for you to lose.
Does anyone have something that's meaningful to them that they're willing to lose?
No.
I don't have anything that's meaningful to me.
Anywho, what's the plan?
Do you have something that you could give to Glenn?
I do have something that I could give him, but I would need aid reaching the tree.
What would you give if you were going?
Well, that's my personal business.
All right, well, I mean, I think that's a good option then.
I think we should bring her.
Yeah.
Alright.
He probably likes her.
Do you believe in him?
She like gestures around the temple.
I don't know.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, dog, I love her.
You never know.
No, I do. Fervent worshiper, big time fan. This guy.
All right, well, you guys ready to go then?
Yeah, I guess.
All
Do you
right.
need us to carry you?
Yeah,
All right, I'll pick her up.
I am. It's like picking up a loose bag of sticks. She's like,
How big is she?
it's like when you pick up a cat from underneath its armpit, and it's just like.
Can I let's see, I have a backpack, right? Can I put her in my backpack?
She's not that small.
Oh, well, you said she was like a cat.
What about my
No, she
backpack?
looks like that.
Okay.
No, she can't fit in your backpack. She's like just under 4 feet tall.
Can you princess?
she's, like, all
can
hunched.
you princess carry her? Like
Oh,
one arm under
yes.
the
Or like-
head and one arm under the knees.
Yeah,
your
I'll carry her.
piggyback.
Support my head.
Piggyback.
Could you Yoda her?
Yeah, can I put her on my back somehow?
Like she's the backpack?
Oh, like I'm the backpack.
Yeah.
I'm the backpack, yeah.
Look at me. I'm the backpack now. And you.
What is that? Is that a reference to something I don't quite understand?
It's just from the holy text.
All right, well,
Don't look into it. Don't fact check me on that. Can someone lift me onto the handsome strapping boy's back?
Yeah, I'll lift her
Layla's
up.
gonna help.
Oh,
Okay, sure.
you lift her.
I'm gonna lift. Why don't you spot me, Layla?
Okay. She's throwing her hands
And
out.
she just kind of like wraps her bony, very thin arms around your neck.
Okay,
Raiden, is this your new conquest?
it sure is.
Oh boy.
I'm getting ready to go.
What?
I'm gonna I'm just gonna tie her on so she doesn't have to use as much weight.
Okay. You like loop the rope around and like tie her tight to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
She's like, oh, all right.
so that she doesn't have to use as much muscle. To
Oh, your thing that you're going to give him. Where
It's
is
in
it?
my robes.
Okay. Well, that's great.
Yeah, I think I can feel it against my back.
That's something else.
What is it?
Anyway, tally ho.
Yeah, let's get going.
Oh my
All right,
god.
so Raiden leaves.
Okay, are you guys
I'm
going?
behind.
Are you guys
Yeah.
going to follow the trail? Okay, you guys step out through the door, and as you kind of turn, leaning on the door, like leaning against the stone, you can see Kabatha just kind of leaning there.
Well, hey there. What are you up to?
Why do you have an old woman strapped to your back?
Why are you leaning against a wall all ambiguously?
Good deflection.
All I'm saying is, you're asking us a lot of questions. You haven't told us much
I
about
asked you
yourself.
one, which I would argue very pertinent question.
All right, well,
Look, we're trying to end the curse.
the curse?
Yeah, like the curse of the forest.
Oh, you're trying to end whatever's happening?
Yeah.
Wanna come?
Wait, who's that? Who's?
She seems very nice.
I'm not sure about that.
Why?
I don't know.
What are you planning to do?
We're gonna end the curse.
Explain to me this curse. I don't understand what you're talking about.
I'm gonna look up to a little old lady.
She's like, I don't want to talk to the elf.
Why?
Don't like him.
Oh, that's
Oh.
great.
Boy.
And you.
Kabatha just like raises a single eyebrow at that. You see her ears like twitch. She like clearly heard it.
Oh.
And an eyebrow just kind of, what are you doing?
We're gonna make a sacrifice at the holy tree.
Oh, not a sacrifice. We're not going to kill the old lady. A tribute, an offering.
That's what I said.
So you are carrying this old lady to a tree in the forest to do what with her exactly?
Well, she's
Right,
gotta
I
get
agree.
do-
It's kind of a bad idea, right?
She's gotta.
I don't
do
think
her-
it's a fully fledged idea.
I agree. Oh my gosh,
All right,
thank
so
you.
why are you here? Who are you? What's your?
I am interested in why you have such a vested interest in what's going on with this forest.
Money.
Oh.
Well,
I
get-
just follow them along.
She kind of shrugs at that. She's like, okay. She gives like a, a shrug.
Are you
We have a
from
job
here?
to do.
I am not from here. I am from the Moorwood.
I didn't
What's
meet her
yours?
yesterday, right?
No, you did not.
What and what race is she?
She's a wood elf. She's a little bit shorter. She's like, I think I said she was like 5'3", kind of curvy, but she's in like leather armor that looks quite scuffed. Like she's gotten in numerous kind of bouts. There's like claw marks and like obvious like patchwork. She's got, she didn't have this last time, but she's got a longbow slung over her shoulders. And she's got several daggers just kind of like tucked into holsters on her thighs.
So.
And she's got kind of dark brown skin and hair that's kind of pulled up into a series of buns. And she's actually now, she has like white makeup or paint, like in a series of dots that stretches from one ear across her face, over the bridge of her nose to the other ear.
Does she look like tired or like she's been fighting?
No, she just looks concerned and confused by what she's seeing.
You're not from here, but I mean, how long have you been here?
I got here about an hour before you did.
And why are you here?
Roll a persuasion check.
16.
She kind of looks at all of you guys. She kind of looks at you, Thora. Trying to be more specific. She kind of looks you all over, kind of looks at the old lady who is now like averting her eyes. She goes, I'm from a place deep in the Moorwoods. Something is happening there. Something similar to what is happening in this small forest. And my superior sent me to investigate and see if there was any answers we could glean that we could use to combat what is happening in our home.
So you seem to be after the same thing then.
I would like to know the source of this. I do not think it is a curse.
So, the old lady thinks that,
I have a name!
sorry, Sifo,
Mother Dola!
whatever,
We don't know each other!
she thinks that if we take a present to this old tree that everyone has stopped worshipping, he'll be happy and then he'll lift the curse.
You know what? Now that I'm hearing it said out loud like that,
That sounds.
it does sound a little mumbo jumbo.
Hey! That's my faith, yo!
What is this mumbo jumbo?
Nonsense.
Do you have any idea, like, why it's happening?
I do not have close to an idea. My hunch says it is not a curse bestowed by a god in my experience. They are petty, but they're not that petty.
Do you think we should still go in there?
I would like to see what is happening here.
You should come with us.
Have you seen dryads?
She kind of looks back to like the entrance of the
Not
town.
the dead ones, the
Um,
live ones.
No, I have not. I have been warned to keep an eye out, but I have not seen any.
Interesting.
Mind you, that was a warning from the sheriff, who seems pretty hell-bent on the idea that the dryads did it. You heard Dola? Yep, 100% those dryads.
I feel like this lady isn't really helpful for us.
Should we maybe put her back in her temple?
Put me back!
Well, you can't really follow us, can you?
I go slowly.
Have you gone into any of these forests? I'm asking.
Kabatha.
Kabatha?
Yeah.
I grew up navigating forests. I will have no problem.
Do you think that, like, I don't know, if we go in there, it's going to just...
You think we're gonna die?
I think there is a fair chance of death. I do not think the people who have gone missing in the forest are all just hanging out. I think they were probably killed by something, most likely eaten, but they could just have been killed and dumped somewhere.
What kind of weapons does she have on her? Or do you guys
She's
see
a
them?
huge series of daggers, like strapped to her thighs, and she has a long bow slung over her shoulders.
So, something like this was happening in your home?
It is happening, but on a much larger scale, and this is a smaller version of what we are encountering, and my elders believe that if perhaps I can understand the heart of what is happening here on the smaller scale, we can scale it up a bit and get a better idea of how to defeat whatever is happening in our home.
Can I do an insight check to see if it seems like she's telling the truth?
Yeah, dog.
8.
She's quite hard to read.
Cool.
Face is like a mask.
Does your town or village Or
Just the forest. We do not have towns.
you cut down the trees at all there?
Occasionally, when we have to build a shelter from a particularly bad storm or something.
But you don't have any like logging mills or anything around there.
No.
Doxy writes
That
some
down.
things.
Okay.
So we're investor.
You're not quite investor yet. If you are going into the forest to investigate, I would like to accompany you.
Yeah.
So, should we go in then, but leave the old lady?
I mean, I think it can't hurt.
Again! Got a name!
That's true. We should just
Yeah.
identify her with her age.
Thank you.
I'm gonna look at her. Mother
Dola!
Dola, I think it's probably best if we leave you so you don't get hurt.
Alright.
I'm gonna
I'm
put
gonna
her
try to
down.
help you get her down.
You like put her down as her feet like touch the ground. There's like little bones popping, and she's like, "Godspeed, then I suppose." Kind of turns back to the temple. Starts like hobbling back towards it
I
so
don't think
slowly.
she believes it. That like some sort of offering would
I
help it.
think
mean-
she might have gone crazy.
It can't hurt to check out the tree anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And if we need to like put an offering up, it's not gonna hurt us too much, I don't think. But I mean, that's the best thing we have to go off of right now, is that
Yeah.
tree. Also, did you see what direction that Dr. Doxy, did you see what direction that dryad that you saw went
She
or
just-
came from?
Vanished. Well, she turns around, faces the tavern, finds her window, directs to where
To the
it
tree
is.
line.
Yeah.
Also, that direction could be another way to go. I think for now, sticking to this trail, go to the tree. It's probably our best option. Son of a bitch!
We need to follow this.
A wasp lands on your kind of outstretched hand that as you were kind of pointing to the tree line.
Layla's gonna firebolt it.
No.
Okay, make
Outside.
an attack roll.
Fair.
I just want to follow this bee. This wasp is just
12.
Yeah. There was a wasp on your hand and it just exploded. You look over and Layla's like got like a finger gun.
Do you know anything about these wasps?
Yeah, you look over at Kabatha's like just mouth open like, are you exterminators?
No, this one likes to shoot things with fire.
I
Because
believe
that was just a wasp.
There's
No,
so
like-
many wasps here.
We've been seeing a lot.
It's
Where are you from?
the vast.
Are there
I do
normally
not
a lot
know.
of wasps? It feels like they're following us.
I mean, it is a forest.
Also, it's strange that the DM pointed them out.
I don't know what you mean.
Like God was.
Like God
It's like a
directed
sign from
my
God.
mind.
She goes, it's a forest. I would assume that there are probably many,
But there are a lot in the tavern too, and no one else seems to notice them.
like a swarm.
No, just a lot around us.
How many?
I don't know, like 5 total.
Like that you have encountered the entire time you've been here in the town?
Oh,
Yes.
God. Oh,
but
man.
like indoors.
Keep an eye out, you might see more.
Keep an eye out for wasps.
Yes.
Maybe it's a normal amount of wasps.
We're just going insane.
God.
One of my notes just said, tell them a lot about the wasps. It'll freak them out. She kind of goes,
he said
okay,
what, so we know.
I will keep an eye out for wasps. We are now, no, you, she kind of look, you can see the old woman has returned, gone back into her little temple.
She has a name, Max.
Not me. No, she does. Mother Dola has gone into the temple.
So are we just going to go into the forest where
Yeah.
everyone goes and dies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Did you have a
I mean,
different
we
plan?
were.
No, definitely not. But just from like when I think of stories, like maybe they can't get out because they can't find the trail.
So we just stick to the trail?
I can't get lost.
Oh.
Unless it's
So-
by magic means.
We stick to the trail.
I don't really understand magic, but it seems like it could be.
Don't
kind
go
of
off no matter what. Layla, come hold my hand.
No,
Why?
I don't want to.
Why not?
She's an
Layla,
independent woman.
You're making me sad.
I'm an
Oh.
independent woman.
Layla.
She can make the choice not to hold your hand.
I'm gonna.
Sora's
give
laughing.
her-
Can we
High
go?
five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any rocks around?
There's some little rocks.
Okay, so you're
Like
okay
how many
tying
rocks?
her with a rope, but not.
Well, I mean, it's not
holding
like
her
a
hand.
collection. It's like pebbles on the
Sorry,
ground.
she didn't want to touch.
Layla's gonna pick up as many pebbles as you can.
Okay,
Cool.
you have your arms full of pebbles.
Hey,
Want me to-
Layla.
Do you need help?
Remember how before when we were on that cliff, how I tied that rope to you so I could like lift you up and down?
Yes.
Can I tie that rope to you again?
No.
Just in case you fall off.
Whoa, hold up. She's not a toddler. Stay with the group, right? Why wouldn't you?
I
And-
mean,
I mean, if there was something shiny, I might go after it. But
Yeah. See.
yeah.
I mean,
Listen, just trying to take precautions.
Would you prefer it if maybe I got a head start and you kept up with me?
Hey, I'm coming.
Let's
let's
go.
just
then you
go.
are no.
Layla, Layla, just stay in eyesight of us.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Thora's
keep,
gonna start going.
I'm
Okay.
gonna keep
Yeah.
a hard eye on Layla.
Kabatha shoves the bow down on the ground, and you see vines kind of snake up the kind of handle of the bow, and she pulls it back up, slings it back over her shoulder.
What did you just do? It was cool. Don't get me wrong.
Magic?
For what?
Well, hopefully you don't have to see, but something that might help us along the line if we get into a scuffle.
Okay.
I like it. Let's go.
You guys start following the path. You eventually come to the edge of the tree line. There's like a thick mist kind of exuding out of the trees.
Oh, that mist is thick.
Layla's gonna use prestidigitation
3 Cs.
and like, but she's gonna like blow it. She's gonna wind and like.
Prestidigitation just blows out a little thing. It reforms.
I think she's just gonna keep doing
She's
that.
like, okay. Kabatha's just kind of like, what the hell?
So
do I
I've
set up?
never really spent any time in forest, but does this usually happen? The fog just sort of stopping,
No.
like what the trees do.
There's usually a mist or a fog, but only usually in like a valley, somewhere where the fog would get caught. This is flat land. There's not a mountain for a long while.
So is this magic?
I do believe this is some sort of symptom of whatever is happening. Yeah.
As I start like walking in, Layla has all those pebbles.
Yeah.
And she's gonna like.
Start dropping the pebbles.
But she's gonna use prestidigitation to change the color of the pebble to like a bright blue.
Okay.
And like
you start dropping them. Kabatha kind of
Yeah.
looks down. That's very smart, little one.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys start walking into the forest. This trail, as you kind of are moving through, to give you some context, is not very wide, and it's just kind of a natural trail. Immediately upon crossing through the tree line, like foliage and undergrowth is really thick and dense. Like you can barely see like through the brush to your left and your right, and it's getting progressively darker. So you're kind of are walking in like a single file, except for the smaller guys who can kind of occupy other people's spaces if they want to.
I will go.
Can I get a marching order?
I will go kind of after the rangers, maybe.
Okay.
Layla is putting distance between her and Raiden.
Okay.
Raiden's not gonna let that happen.
Layla's gonna hide from Raiden.
How, you're walking.
Yeah.
I
you can
have a
stealth.
tail.
You walk.
I already said that I'm keeping a hardcore eye on.
How are you stealthing on this trail?
She's tiny and there's a lot of foliage.
So she's like stepping off the trail and sneaking through the foliage.
Right on the edge.
Okay, roll
Raiden's
stealth check.
not gonna let her.
What's the marching order though?
I think that Pim's like kind of close behind.
Okay, I think Kabatha is probably up near front.
Yeah.
Raiden is right behind Layla.
I'll go behind Kabatha.
Okay.
I'll go after.
Where are you, Doc?
I can just be at the back.
Okay. You guys start moving through the forest. What was your stealth check?
A 7.
Oh yeah, that's how. He's right behind you. As you were like, I'm gonna sneak, and you just tripped, and you were like, okay, I'm just gonna walk.
Still dropping those pebbles.
Yeah, dropping the pebbles. You guys start continuing on, kind of moving through this kind of dense forest. It's getting darker and darker. Fog is kind of permeating and kind of pushing through the underbrush. So you guys can barely see like 5-10 feet in front of you. Every once in a while, you hear strange like sounds coming from somewhere to your left and your right. You every once in a while hear like a thing like. Kind of fades off. You see some very kind of strange sounds that are kind of coming back and that are sounding off. You guys are kind of walking. Doc, after about an hour of moving into the forest, the trail starts to kind of tip down a little bit, and you actually do come across a few clearings that you can actually see barely, like through the fog. As you kind of are looking around, you think you catch a glimpse of something standing in one of those clearings, about 30 feet to your right. Do you stop or do you keep going?
I stop.
I stop.
Okay.
Stop.
Kabatha like stops almost instantly and like just puts a hand on where some of her daggers are.
I point into the direction.
Okay. Yeah, you guys all kind of look out. There's kind of a small clearing that's shrouded in mist. There is just a lone, feminine-looking figure standing out in the clearing with chalky white skin and black markings and green leaves for hair that are just kind of hanging over her shoulders. And she has these kind of large, expressive eyes that are just kind of looking kind of blankly in your direction, and her head is just kind of slowly tilting from side to side.
That is freaky.
Hello.
Kabatha immediately kind of pulls 3 daggers that are kind of poking out between her knuckles that she just kind of holds as throwing daggers.
Do I recognize her?
Yeah, it looks to be the same dryad that popped through your window.
This is the dryad.
What should we do? Do we approach?
I think Doc should go talk to her.
I can
She
Should
knows
we
her.
stay on the trail?
stay on the trail. I'll go talk to her.
Can she come?
Don't know if you should go alone.
We'll watch. We'll be right here.
I think it'll be fine.
Don't like the idea of you going alone.
I mean, how far away is she?
Like 50 feet?
We'll be able to see her the whole time.
Do you want me to go with you, Doc?
No, I think since she came up to me, I should be the one.
All right.
Is everybody okay?
If anything goes wrong, we'll come after you.
I'll yell. I'll yell.
She's going to like trick you.
I don't know. I feel
Alright, dude.
like I'm gonna trust my instincts.
Oh yeah, Doc.
Yeah, Doc.
Raiden's gonna wink at Doc.
Doc
So-
is gonna be like, finger gun.
So are you stepping off the trail, going over?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You take a step off the trail. Your foot hits the undergrowth on the other side of the trail. Some of the twigs kind of snap. There's immediately a like whoosh of wind that clears a huge chunk of the mist leading to the dryad, and you see her hair kind of get like caught in the wind, and some of the leaves like come loose and kind of dance around. And immediately upon you taking a step, she like matches your step and steps back one step and then stops.
Like steps backward.
Yeah, like matching like her pace exactly. She like kind of steps back. You see her, she's kind of like pushed her shoulders back almost like animalistically, like an animal that's about to flee. Immediately after that, like almost cannon of wind, the mist starts to gather and you start to lose sight of her out in the clearing.
Doc gets low.
Okay.
Like very in a, what is it?
Like submissive.
Yes.
Like a non-threatening.
Non-threatening position.
Okay.
And sees if she can walk forward. And
Okay,
sees
you
what
can.
happens.
You can step forward. And she kind of matches another step. The mist is, and you are losing sight of her. You gotta act. What are you gonna do? Because you are starting to not being able to see her anymore as the mist is getting thicker and thicker.
I'm gonna yell. Who's here with us?
She kind of opens her mouth, and you just hear a sound that kind of like blows like through the wind, and like you can see some of the leaves kind of shifting, and there's another kind of like rush of wind, and you can see her kind of like dodge, like there's something in the air that she can see that you can't, that is kind of scaring her. You hear that same kind of.
Hello, this is Sunny, and I play Pim, the halfling fighter. Thanks so much for tuning in to the 4th episode of Adventures in Questing. We release new episodes every Tuesday, and we hope to see you back next week. To keep up with our adventures and find out what happens next, make sure to subscribe to our show wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also follow us on social media for updates and behind-the-scenes photos and videos. Our Twitter is @ADVInQuesting, and you can also find us at Adventures in Questing on Facebook and Instagram. If you like the show, tell a friend. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next time on Adventures in Questing.